started from the Black Grrrl show, which I'm the host and producer of. It means radical black person, radical person of African descent, so BLK. Grrrl, G-R-R-R-L, is from the whole Riot Grrrl movement. Since that was kind of a movement that really impacted me growing up, and those were kind of like women that I really looked up to. I kind of embraced that. I started the Black Grrrl Book Fair, well, I founded it because I felt that we needed to have a more inclusive literary event that was happening.
I'm S. Pearl Sharp, writer, filmmaker, poet.
I'm Dorothy Randall Gray, writer, poet, silversmith, bookmaker, and healer of hearts. I was very, very shy. I couldn't talk to people, and writing was a way to communicate without having to make that person-to-person connection. So the writing helped me to open some doors.
She read a poem last night at Poets and Writers about her breast drooping. She is not shy. Don't believe that for a minute. I started early because I came from a very strict family where I couldn't express myself sometimes the way I really wanted to, and so I began to write in secret and kind of say what I really wanted to say that I couldn't say to the adults. It's not about grants all the time. It's not about who got published, last or who got reviewed, even in the LA Book of Review. Yeah, it's about community and the community of writers, and it's here today.
Snatch! Snatch!
We're trying to release feminine energy to the world. We think that brings peace instead of war. We think that's where creativity generates from.
Right.
We're not man-hating women.
We love men.
We need balance, testosterone, and estrogen. We fuck with all day. Can I say fuck?
We said fuck.
The thing is that it's called the Black Grrrl Book Fair because black women are running it. But it's not necessarily because that's all we want there. We want everybody there, but we want it to be, we want to remember everybody. When I would go to a lot of literary events that were supposed to be big events in South LA and for South Central, what would happen was it would be a lot of health people there, it would be a lot of nonprofits that had nothing to do with literature or nothing to do with art. And I was disappointed because I was like, oh, it was kind of like when you're a little kid and you have your dolls, and it's kind of like, oh, this is a doll that's for you, and the doll is like all broken and messed up, and I was like, oh, I wanted a cool event here in where I lived. I didn't want the broken doll. I wanted the cool doll.
Hello, my name is Lena Cole-Dennis. I'm president of ARC Mid-Cities, an organization that supports people living with intellectual disabilities. Today, at the Black Grrrl's first book fair, I am in charge of the children's room. Women have not been able to tell our story, the story that we want to tell. Most of the stories we tell are stories that help other people, that make other people feel comfortable. But this book fair asks people to tell their deep stories, what's important to them, and have a voice.
That's kind of part of the feminist component of the Black Grrrl Book Fair, is just making sure, just a radical concept that women are people, writers, artists.
My name is Alicia Garcia, and I am one of the members of a collective at Espacio 1839 in Boyle Heights. Something like this is very unique and very powerful because it allows us to publicly show our solidarity and present our work as a whole, as a community of people that are not organizing around a single issue, but around living the rights of people living and working in Los Angeles.
I've always kind of been this fan of Langston Hughes, Wallace Thurman, just as it's a group of people that they called them the Niggerati. They called themselves that. And it was kind of like, I don't care. I'm not responding to white people. I'm not responding to anybody. I'm just going to respond to myself. I'm creating art for myself. Because I think that when you're a person of color, writing and doing art, people are always filtering stuff like, well, how are people going to perceive this? How are people going to, like, maybe you want to have an art piece or you want to do a piece of writing and maybe you want to use certain words. You're like, well, I can't use that because if I use that word, they're going to take that word and they're going to say that everybody uses that word. You're not kind of viewed as like this kind of individual. Well, I guess I wanted to have a space for people to be able to be individuals.
My name is Alicia Granger from Los Angeles, California, South Central LA to be exact. I've been painting and drawing and doing music and poetry since I was a little girl. Today is actually my first time showing my artwork. Who did you think JFK was? A president who understood a black scholar's words. But who are we, do you suppose? A society in shambles if we don't support each other? Black, white, brown, and every other color. See, this ain't about race because we all so human. Everybody either running from it or you run into it. I pray God gives us strength when our souls grow weak. I'm here because of love. Love motivates me to speak.